Hello, how you doing today? I'm Rob Wakefield, lead AP, the expert plumber, coming to you here on YouTube Live. I'll tell you what's pretty cool about this is we have had so much fun and gotten so much engagement from people. This is fantastic. The feedback that we're getting is great. I've got people trying to get into the trades that reach out to me all the time. So I really do love this. And as you can see, we've moved the cameras up a little bit. I say cameras, camera. And we're doing a little bit different things on our studio and our set, and we're having fun with this. So what I want to tell you is number one, thanks for being here. Rock the Red is in here early. Look at this. A productive week, absolutely. Jason Smith, how are you, sir? Great to have you here. So, today we're talking about plumbing, which we always do. But what I really want to talk about today, and I've invited people in here today, so we'll see how it goes and see who all comes along and gets here and whatnot. But my thing is, what kind of work do you do to help get people into the trades? And what I mean by that is, I have a lot of people reach out to me all the time and say, look, I'm trying to get into the trades, or I want to get into plumbing, and that they don't know how, that they don't know where to start. They don't know what it is they want to do. Hey, Rock the Red, Jason, y'all do me a favor. Tell me, how's the sound? I don't know if I've got sound on my mic or if I'm getting it through my camera. We've been playing with that here lately, but let me know if the sound quality looks good, if the picture looks good. We're trying to do things right. But let me know what you think. But here's the deal. If you do, thank you so much, Jason. I appreciate that. If you want to get somebody into the trades, how do you go about it? Because, I sit down on Sundays, sometimes Saturdays, and I go through my comments to see, what people are watching and what they're commenting on and what they're asking. Already got a thumbs up. I love that. But we get people that leave us comments, and our biggest things are, how do we get into the trades? How do I get started in plumbing? So I wanted to do more than just talk about it today. So I've actually invited some other plumbers in here. John Kramer, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Rock the Red, I asked if I look good. I mean, I knew I looked good. I just want to make sure the video quality was good. No, thank you. I appreciate that. So my thing is, and I've invited some other plumbers in here today. Not sure if they'll have time to come in. Here in the Dallas area, it's just now 4:00. So, with traffic around here, I've got guys stuck in traffic. I know that. I've got guys, out on the highway, this, that, and whatnot. Absolutely. So, the funny thing is, I do a lot of recruiting, and man, with my reach, luckily I'm recruiting across the United States. So I have people contact me from everywhere. And what I do, oh, fantastic. Will, thank you so much, man. That's good because when I'm tapping on it, I'm not getting anything on my deal, but I probably am on the monitor. Man, Will had to step out, go take care of my wife, keep me out of trouble. Paul Peck is in the house. Good to have you here, brother. Man, I love your lives on Sunday, Paul. You're doing some really good things. And those of y'all that, number one, you're thinking about the trades, you're thinking about getting into the trades. If you're not already in it and you're not sure what to do, and I always talk about plumbing, electrical, and HVAC, but it's normally because by the time that I'm done with all that on the job, that's when the sheetrock guy comes in, and we got Paul Peck in the house. Paul is killing it. His YouTube channel is about 3 times bigger than mine, and he's doing some great things. He's been doing it for a while, and man, I love what he does. And, the good thing is that this is a really neat community because we get together and we communicate and we try to help each other. And I mean, y'all think about that for any plumbers that work right down the street from you. If they came by and said, hey, I need to borrow a tool, chances are most plumbing companies would laugh at them. And actually the story that I tell is, if I broke a sewer camera and I went down the street and said, hey, can I borrow your sewer camera? They'd say no, but tell me the address of the house you're supposed to go to and we'll go do it for you. Man, social media is a little bit different. I talk about one of my coaches, Jeremy Vest. We were having problems with a camera in here one day. And man, Jeremy brought his camera down. And I mean, I've got a several $100 camera. He's got a several $1,000 camera. And he's like, hey, man, here, use this. And it's like, wait, what? And man, that's the way it is here. Everybody in this community is so amazing. So it's a lot of fun. Uh, Hello, poop talkers. Absolutely. I got Smooth Y2. What if you are good at plumbing but bad at interviews? How do you get the job? Man, I'll tell you what. Number one, man, be upfront about that up front when you walk in and meet somebody. And my wife is an etiquette and protocol consultant, so she teaches a lot of things like this. But here's what I would tell you is, number one, when you walk in to meet somebody, number one, look them in the eye. Now, don't just stare at them to where it gets really uncomfortable, but look them in the eye and let them know, look, you're very secure in what you do. When when you meet them, shake their hand, mention their name. You know, Mr. Peck, it's nice to meet you, sir. I do appreciate you giving me this opportunity to talk to you. Something like that, and it just lets them know that you're there, and you really want to make a good impression. The neat thing about it is right after that, man, tell them, say, look, I hate to tell you this because I feel bad about it, but I get really nervous during interviews. I'm a good plumber and I want to do good for you, but I wanted you to know up front, look, I get so nervous doing this. And me, I love it when guys tell me that because I'm like, man, look, you can relax. I'm a plumber. That's all I am. It's nothing special. I am a plumber. And man, I get to help people. So look, you have nothing to worry about. Uh, I'm looking for good plumbers. So man, you got a great opportunity here. Just relax, talk to me. I'm asking you some questions, and I'm asking if you have some. But that's it. Be upfront about it. Just let people know. Look, I get nervous about this. I get sweaty hands. I'll be okay. Then I'm not going to shake your hand. We're good. But look at it and think about it. But make sure they understand. Barney Film 85 going back to the shop to end the day. Grumpy that your two local supply houses don't have a certain PRV valve in stock. Finally warmed up after an outdoor sewer cleaning job this morning. Yeah, you gotta love those sewer cleaning jobs. They are fantastic. Burnt clutch. How are we doing? Starting from the ground up or buying an established company? And that's a good way to look at it. If and here's the deal. A lot of y'all know that Michael Gerber was one of my original coaches. And every business that you start, you want to have an exit plan. Meaning, look, if I grow it to this big, or if I do this, or if I do that, and you always want to have that opportunity or that option. Look, I may want to get out of this one day, and I'm involved with a great group, and one of the principals of that group has a saying. He's like, look, hire your buyer. And maybe the thing is, you go to work for somebody to find out if you like that company. Go to work for somebody to find out if you like the things that they're doing. If you can afford to just go out and open your own company, I mean, that's what I did. Don't get me wrong, I couldn't afford it. I've got videos where I talk about starting up my company with zero money. If you buy somebody else's company, number one, the good thing is, I mean, I've got a very well-established name. We've got good reviews, and we take good care of our customers. So there's a lot of benefits to that. But every company is not like that. Sometimes you'll have companies that, that they hadn't done things right. And, I've met some amazing people in my career, and I'm so excited about the trades and what it's done for me in my life. But the people that I get to meet and the opportunities that I have from the things that I do, I tell you what, there's a lot of good people out there. And if you know right now that you want to have your own company one day, it's definitely something to think about and to look at. And man, that's a tough way to tell you right there. I'm not sure. I don't think I have a mouse, Will. So there we go. Scroll back up right there. So man, that's a tough one. I like the idea of me starting my own company, but you know what? Had I found a company that I thought that I could afford and I thought was doing things right, I love that opportunity. I mean, think about it right now. If somebody walks in and buys me right now, they're buying a company with a great customer list, that has a good reputation, that has great marketing out there, that's going to be there forever. And they're buying $1 million worth of your business. And to start out a company, you're not going to start out, chances are, at doing $1 million a year. So you've got to look at, how do I start it out and build it up and grow it? And by the way, what all do you know about about the back office? Do you know how to run it? Do you know accounts payable, accounts receivable, and all those different things? So there's a lot of different ways to look at it. Uh, Poop talkers in the house. Boy, y'all are getting so good. So what's this talk about? Henry, I like that. Henry, here's what. I number one, here's the things that I wanted to talk about today. And I wrote and I shared some stuff out. Number one, how to get started in plumbing. So I want y'all to think about if you are in plumbing, I want to know, how did you get started? Uh, or if you are in plumbing, how do you tell people to get started? Because I love the idea of, and I've got the mini course where it teaches people how to find out what kind of plumber they want to be. But I've got great opportunities for people that I love sharing. And it's, residential, commercial, service, new construction, union, non-union. And man, I've done all of it. So I'm a good advocate to talk about any of it because I'm an advocate for plumbing. I believe plumbing is a great trade, but there's other trades, guys. Electrician, HVAC, roofer, drywall, painter, flooring. Man, there are so many glaziers. Oh my God, glazers and elevator guys. Those guys make bank. So I mean, there's great opportunities. It just really depends on what you want to do. Henry Racinos, what would you like to talk about? We talk plumbing, but my things are today is how to get started in plumbing. How did you get started in plumbing? What is your best advice? And then a good one, and I'll do the great reveal later. Do you wear Wranglers or do you wear Levi's? And I've worn the same brand for years. Don't get me wrong. I've tried other things. Actually tried the other brand too, but I've worn one brand of jeans, God, since I was a kid. So anyway, Barney's headed back. Let me see. Burnt clutch. Here we go. We are going down here. Plumbing Explained. Good to have you in here. Got Julie Wakefield in the house. Always great to have her in here. All right, so let me see. Eye contact, man, and that's another one. When you walk in for that interview, do you look them straight in the eye? And Julie, since you're in here, I don't know if you can give any feedback, but somebody asked, look, how do I do an interview if I'm nervous, or you don't interview well? And I told them, look, just confess to that up front. Say, hey, look, I got to tell you, I really want this job, but this is not my greatest asset. I'm not a great interviewer. I'm a good plumber. I understand what I'm doing, and I want you to know that up front because I really am interested in this job. So learn how to communicate with people, and I promise you, man, that is huge. William, doing great at Paul Peck. Fantastic. Emergency mechanic. Grayson's in the house. I'm assuming it looks like that. Educate the customer about his issues, and honestly, that's all they want. Henry, I love that. And I follow so many plumbers that are doing things. I'm not going to say not right, but there's issues with, to me, the way they presented things. They're not honest with people in telling them about the whole problem. And man, to me, that's a big deal. I love being honest with people. I love being very transparent and explaining to them what I see, what kind of problems I think there are, and then again, what can we do to fix it? And I love giving them options. So that part is huge. I want to get this right. Nico. Hello from France. Man, I love that. Man, welcome here. What part of France are you in? That is so cool. And believe it or not, I think you're the first person from France to be in one of my lives. So that's actually pretty cool. Barney, not fantastic in 5F and walking in snow. Man. Yeah, I'm so glad I'm not walking in snow. Let me scroll back up here. So we got the Urban Explorer in the house. Gotta love that. Explain. Come on, no plumber has ever thought about getting out of plumbing and doing something else. I know. Why on earth would anybody do that? I may have jumped down a little bit too far. Got Paul there. There we go. Maybe I was right where I needed to be. Ooh, man. Okay, we get out of there. Perfect. Uh, so great advice. Thank you. Confidence is big, and that's huge. Well, I jumped way up. Sorry about this, guys. I don't have a mouse, and I am getting lost every time I reach up here and touch it. It goes somewhere else. Uh, Damn, this is tough. There we go. You guys don't wear Dickies work pants, you know, and it's funny because some people do. I've even, matter of fact, one of my guys does. Uh, we'll get back on that here in a little bit because I want to know, you know, do y'all wear Wranglers, Levi's, or do y'all wear another brand of jean? And if you're a plumber, I'm really interested in this because you know I think your clothes are part of your PPE. Whether it's your shirt and see, I've already got my top button undone there. Whether it's your shirt, your pants, and I know you can say, well, you know, pants and shirt really aren't PPE, but I've got some fire rated pants for certain reasons. I've got flannel line pants for certain reasons. So there's a lot of different things that there's a reason for. I'm picky about the work boots I buy. I'm picky about the jeans. I'm picky about the shirts. Even when it comes to gloves, booties, jackets. I mean, I want number one, I don't mind investing good money for good product, but I don't want to invest good money in something that's not going to last long. So I'm really pretty picky about the clothes that I wear. But I want to know, you know, what do y'all wear? Uh kind of interesting. And so here's another one, sewer machines. We'll get down there in a minute. That's good. Troy Ross. How are you doing? Want to start my own drain cleaning company? Can you give some pointers to start this type of venture? Number one, Troy, and everybody, if you would, give me a second and tell everybody where you're from. Where are you from? And are you a plumber or do you want to get into plumbing? Or are you an apprentice? So, you know, give me a little information there, Troy. It's a little bit different. Just a drain cleaning company. There's not a lot of those here in Texas because you've got to be a responsible master plumber to advertise for work, to secure work, to write contracts for work, anything at all like that. So we don't have a lot of just drain cleaning companies, but there are some. The Urban Explorer, I do that all the time. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know you talk poop all the time, Neil. Good to see you, man. Uh, Plumbing Explained. To be a good drain cleaning company, you need to have very good, reliable equipment. Absolutely. And I saw down there that you recommend Spartan. You know, that's really funny because I've been talking to Spartan about some different things or opportunities. I've got some Spartan sewer machines that are probably 20 years old. And the thing is, they still work great. And it's funny because I was away from the house. I was actually out running calls when Spartan came by and changed the cables in one of them for me. And this is probably 3 or 4 years ago. And they came by the house. We were working out of the house then. And the guy kept telling Julie, says, you know, look, man, I can just sell you a new machine. I can sell you a new machine. And the thing is, look, there's nothing wrong with the machine I've got. The motor is amazing. The frame is amazing. The cable's the only thing I've ever had to replace. And I tell you what, those cables, they last quite a while too. Now, I've got some other machines too, but I tell you what, my two big Spartans, I mean, they're workhorses. They're huge. And man, they work. I'm sorry, I was trying to see what my number was. It looked like it had jumped up a little bit from where I thought it was. No, 14,433. Or 18,433. So it's growing pretty well. So let me see. Good, reliable equipment. Absolutely. Henry started at 16 years old, work program from school, 20 years later, still a plumber. Stick with it, learn it, and it'll pay off in the long run. Man, you're preaching to the choir, brother. And that's part of my deal, guys. Those of y'all that have seen my videos, man, I talk about educating yourself, learning more. The more you learn, the more value you bring to the companies you're at, and the more you're worth. And man, the more you're worth, the more money you're going to make. So, absolutely, I appreciate that, Henry. That's just good. Plumbing Explained recommends Spartan. They have Spartan reps that will come out to your job site. Absolutely, man, they will come to your house, brother. Rezo619, afternoon. How are we doing today? I hope everything is going well. And ooh, that moves slow. I like that. Paul Peck. I always do a detailed explanation of what the job is going to take on estimates. Absolutely. None of my competitors take the time to do that. And here's another thing too. And I had somebody reach out to me the other day and talk about, how do you charge more? And to be honest, you have to sell the value in it. Yeah, if y'all aren't connected with me over on LinkedIn, connect with me there because I do different things on LinkedIn than I do on YouTube, than I do on Facebook, than I do on Instagram or Pinterest or Twitter or wherever I'm at. But I will tell you this, man, it's just it's crazy. The neat thing is the information and the knowledge is out there, guys. We can always learn to do things better. And the good thing is a lot of these plumbing groups that are out there on Facebook or wherever, you can ask people. And I saw somebody post something the other day about somebody beating them down on price. And when they asked me about it, I had already seen the estimate that another company had put up and the estimate that they put up. And the estimate the other company put up basically looked like it was written on toilet tissue. His estimate was professional. It was printed on a computer. It was very clear, very precise, exactly what Paul's talking about, very detailed. And his price, and I'm not going to even say a number, his price was probably 5 to 10% more. And it was in the thousands. So, I mean, there's a little bit of a difference, but not a ton. But he had posted this and said, this customer sent me their estimate and wants me to do the work because he says, look, you seem so professional, but he wants me to do it at that price. He said, what do you do? I said, you don't do it. You leave. Guys, here's the deal. Some people may be cheaper because only they know the true value of what they're selling. And I know that's a funny way to put it, but we're not all created equal and we're not all going to do the same job together. And what I mean by that is there are people in this trade that are going to go out and do an amazing job and they're going to do it perfect every time they walk in a house. And then again, there's people in this trade that will walk in and rip people off every chance they get. And you have that opportunity to decide what kind of plumber you want to be. And I hope with what you learn around here, you learn and understand, hey, maybe I want to do things right. Maybe I want to do things perfect every time I walk in and work on building that knowledge so you can do that. That is fantastic. Yeah, only 2 USBs on a computer. I get it. Well, we're fixing to buy a new computer. We're wanting to upgrade to where we can do a little bit better on our live streams. And to be honest, that's the only purpose for a new computer. So we're looking forward to it. And Henry, I just saw this. Oh, Nakoniko from Nice. I like that. And see, I said Nice, not nice. So, that's cool, man. I'll tell you what, my wife would love to go to France. I would like to go over there and see certain things. But yeah, that's something to look forward to. Man, I'm really glad you're here. That's really pretty cool. I've had people in from got a lot of different areas. I don't think I've ever had anybody in from France. Henry Racinos, this is probably the best advice. And I tell people all the time, don't mislead people. And the way you put it is really good. Don't sell something they don't need. Become the trusted plumber, not a salesman. And don't get me wrong, Henry, we have to be salesmen. We all are. And you can say, no, you're not. And I've got plumbers that say, look, I don't want to be a salesman. And I tell them, look, I don't want you to just sell, but sometimes we have to convince people, look, this is the best way to go. And at least present them those options and give them options. Here's the low cost option. Here's the medium cost option. And here's the, man, I want a gold plated toilet option. Give people options because some want that gold plated toilet. Some want the Band-Aid. Some say, hey, look, right in the middle, and that's going to fix it. And I'm not going to have any problems. That's what I want to do. So that's what you need to look at. But we do have to be We do have to be salesmen to an extent because we have to convey that information, and we have to do it in a way that is honest with people, that respects people. And I've told plumbers that work for me before, look, I ever catch you ripping somebody off, I will help them file charges against you. I will testify against you. I will do anything I can because I believe in treating people right. And unfortunately, guys, in this business, we see so many people that don't treat people right. So let's slide down here. Got Big Daddy Likes in here. How are you? Good to see you. Just getting home. I get it. Ooh, man, this thing jumped on me again. Man, where did I go? Okay, let me go this way. This is fun. South France, man. I know Julie wants to go over there. Burnt Clutch. Started as an apprentice, got backflow certified and journeyman in 4 years. I showed my boss I was determined and had the go big or go home mentality. And Burnt Clutch, man, I love that. When I was an instructor in a union, I'd have first year apprentices. And I love that because getting the opportunity to work with young minds that want to learn, I think that's amazing. So my thing is, I'd always ask them, how many of y'all just want to be a plumber? And you'd be surprised, a lot of them, almost everybody raises their hand. And either they didn't hear me say just, or they just heard who wants to be a plumber. So then I say, okay, who wants to move up and be a foreman? A few people lower their hands. How many of y'all want to move up and be superintendent? A few of them would lower their hands. How many of y'all want to move up and be like a project manager? And a few more lower their hands. And then I say, okay, how many of y'all would like to move up to where you can be like the vice president or director of operations for a company? And I mean, then it's just a very few hands up. And then you say, how many of y'all want to own your own business? And like half the class, the hands will go right back up. And guys, don't get me wrong, owning your own business isn't for everybody. It's a lot of work. Paul, is it a lot of work? Man, there's a lot to this. And luckily I've hired the right coaches, the right consultants, and the right people along the way to help teach me and make me better. And that's good. I mean, I'm telling you, it helps a lot. But the thing to remember when it comes to don't sell people things they don't need, you represent that business owner. And if you're out doing shady things for his company, and you can help put his company out of business. So, always think about what you're doing when you're out working for somebody, because these people they're supporting your life right now, meaning they're making your car payment, your house payment, your grocery bills, that they're doing that. Just please make sure you help take care of them too. It really is a big deal. I love that you put in there to become the trusted plumber, Henry. One thing that we talk about is telling people become the trusted advisor. And if you can become the trusted advisor for somebody to where anytime they've got a plumbing problem, man, you're the one they want to call, you've done really, really good. I like that very much. Okay, Brandon, Pinterest is for women. I love that because women get on there and search a lot of DIY. And when they find me, because I've got stuff on there, it works out very, very well for me. So I like that. Big Daddy Linux is an apprentice in PA. Whoa. Guys, this no mouse is going to mess me up today. Got a Mr. Jeremy Vest in the house. Man, that is so cool because, man, Jeremy just got bumped up to moderator. Those of y'all that don't know Jeremy Vest need to check him out on YouTube because his channel is amazing. Jeremy is actually my YouTube coach and has actually done great things for me. So somebody good to connect with. All right, so now we're getting into the fun stuff. Plumbers charge more than doctors. Well, you know what? We work harder. Sorry, I know y'all didn't believe that, but I do. Okay, so this is where we're at. Oh, Man, this no mouse is freaking killing me, y'all. Sorry. I don't know where I'm at now. Yeah, this is messing me up, guys. I'm really sorry about that. Burnt clutch, 1213, pair of pants, Walmart. Okay. Here we go. Working on HVAC, plumbing, heating, got my own business. Nico, that's cool. And I love that you're working on all of it because I've always done plumbing. I studied HVAC, got my HVAC certification, and eventually talked about getting into my own HVAC business and wanted to do that. The thing is, man, I just didn't have time. I've been so busy plumbing and trying to find plumbers and get good plumbers in here to work for me that this has been really hard to do because I need people. And I'm telling you, I could probably hire 2 more plumbers any day of the week. And it's kind of tough, but it's fun. Let me see. I missed one right there. Here we go. Burnt clutch. Started as an apprentice, got back closer. Okay. Yeah, go big. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Here's where I need to be. Plumbing Explained, in your opinion, who makes the best drain machine? You got a rigid K60 sectional, General Maxi Rooter, too many names. And you're right. There are, man, I've got General Speed Rooters. I've got the big Spartans. I've got a medium Spartan. I've got some small rigids. Man, I've got a ton of machines. I'd like to be able to do a big comparison on a bunch of them. I'll tell you what's funny is tomorrow I've actually got a meeting with a great sewer camera company. And I am really excited about it because it's the one that I've used since I've been in the business. So kind of interesting, but we'll see how that goes. And I'll talk to y'all more about that next Monday for sure. Burnt clutch, Walmart. I love that. Plumbing Explained, wear Wranglers. That's what I prefer, but I've worked for companies that required you to wear Dickies blue work pants. Now, I got to tell you, man, I'm not going to comment on the Wrangler Levi thing yet, but I will tell you this. I found a pair of Wrangler work pants the other day that look like the Dickies in the blue. Can't wait to try them. Just want to see what they do. Troy Ross, Carhartt is always a good choice. And Troy, my flannel lined jeans are Carhartts. And man, when it's cold outside, I'll tell you what, Julie used to laugh at me. When we'd go on a motorcycle ride and it's cold, I would wear my flannel lined jeans. And I'll tell you what, not a bad deal. Jason, you wear khaki pants and a blue polo shirt from Cintas. Our guys are in the dark blue, probably, Dickies work pant, the cargo top pant. And we also do a blue polo shirt. We don't do it from Cintas, but we buy our own, carry them down to the embroidery shop and have them done. I think we actually, right now, we're using Pebble Beach or something. They've got the Texas Green Plumbing logo on it. And I'll tell you what, we love it. But I did get a look at those Wranglers the other day and thought, you know what, that may be a cargo pant that we go to. And those were actually pretty cool. Big Daddy Linux were the Mars Gear tactical pants, 12 pockets. Okay, now that sounds pretty good. And I had somebody send me an email the other day, and I don't remember. I'll have to go back and look at the name of it. But they had a really heavy duty work pant with padding in the knees. And they're like, look, we understand tradespeople that their knees go out on them. And I saw that and I thought, that is really a good idea. So that was pretty cool. Troy Ross, Red Wing boots. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm not going to comment on them a lot because, and don't get me wrong, look, I love Red Wing boots. To be honest, I have worn Red Wing boots for probably the last 25 years in plumbing, maybe the last 30 years. I know my dad had a pair when I was a kid, and I used to wear his boots all the time, so I loved it. But I've got what Red Wing used to call their Cadillac, and I don't remember the number. It's a 924, 964, something like that. About 5 or 6 years ago, they quit making it. And I mean, to me, that would be like Chevrolet saying, the best vehicle we make is the Silverado pickup, and we're just going to quit making it. And I'm like, whoa, wait, what are y'all doing? What are you changing? What are you going to? And they just quit. And man, that breaks my heart because I have worn this same pair of boots for at least the last 20 years. And man, anyway, so tell me this, Troy, what Red Wing boots do you wear? Because I'm interested. Brandon the plumber, white button ups here. And Brandon, there's a lot of companies around here that wear it. And I agree. I don't think it's probably the smartest thing to wear, but I will tell you this and tell me what you think. Man, when y'all show up and you've got on, I'm assuming, the blue pants, the black boots, the white shirt with the logos and all this, man, y'all look sharp. And I can't tell you don't. I wish I could say, yeah, y'all just look like a salesman or something, but you don't. But the good thing is, man, it's a good, clean look. And I'm assuming that you've got other shirts that you actually work in or get dirty in or crawl under houses in. Do me a favor and let me know. Urban Explorer in Liverpool. And man, can you believe it's been 39 years yesterday that John Lennon was shot? Man, that is sad because I remember that day. Julie, yes, be yourself, be honest, and know it's a conversation. If it doesn't feel right, it's not a fit for you. Great advice. Plumbing Explained. I think any good plumber worth his salt is picky about the stuff he uses. We all have different rubber gloves, knee pads, power tools, handles, brands we trust. And you know what's great about that? And you're completely right. And here's why. Man, that's our livelihood. If my feet hurt because I've got on a bad pair of boots, I'm gonna be grumpy at work. I'm not gonna have a good day at work. My back's gonna hurt. It's not a good thing. And there's a brand of pair of jeans that right here on the side of the hips that they've got like a puff, a poof, a bubble or something. And man, I don't like the way that they are. I've worn a lot of different jeans or tried a lot over the life because the jeans I wear, man, I like the high end. I like the high quality. I've got fire resistant jeans. And I bought those or used those for certain things back whenever I was doing more commercial work. So there's just a lot of different things, but I tell you what, I'm very picky. And I agree with you. I'm picky about my work tools. I'm picky about the supply houses that I use. I am so picky, and man, it's a great way to put it because we are picky, but that's our livelihood. This is how we pay our bills. And I don't want to depend on going down to 7-Eleven to buy my plumbing parts every day because they're the cheapest in town. I want the best service for me and my guys and my customers. And to me, that's what makes it all worthwhile. So thank you. I didn't mean to go on a rant there or anything. Jeremy, good to see you in here, sir. Jason Smith, Houston, Texas journeyman. I was actually talking to a guy earlier from Houston. My wife and I bounce back and forth there. We've got a networking company down there. We help teach business owners how to get out and network and grow their business. It is amazing. Any of y'all that don't know about Master Networks, connect with me. I'll tell you more about it. But Jason, that's fantastic. We're actually planning a trip right now. I think we're going to be down there next week. Brandon the Plumbers in Phoenix, Arizona. I think I'm headed out to Scottsdale in April to speak at an event out there. That's fantastic. Big Daddy Linus, an apprentice in Lancaster, PA. Jeremy Vest in the house. Jeremy, are you still in Singapore or are you back home now? Troy Ross, Omaha, Nebraska, worked for a company that had drain cleaning side and a plumbing side. Also ran all Spartans. Okay, the 1065, that's the big one. Thank you very much. Troy, I'm glad you put that in there because that bugs me when I can't remember which one it is. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Plumbing Explained. Spartan is hands down the best company you can go with. Warms my heart to know you're also a Spartan lover. Absolutely. I see so many similarities between us. Makes me feel really good. It's reassuring. Man, there's some great plumbers out here, y'all. And I'm not even talking about me. I want y'all to know, I mean, I have met some amazing people since getting into the trades. And, some of them are in sheetrock. But man, there's some great plumbers out there. I've met some amazing electricians. I've met people that really want to change the world and make it a better place by helping people in the trades. And man, when you do meet people and you connect, and it's like, look, we have so much to bond on, building on common interests. It's fantastic. So, man, I love that. That's fantastic. And you're right. I think Spartan's amazing. I love it. Always have. Uh, One that a lot of my guys ask me to try sometime are Gorliks. Maybe y'all know something about them. I've used one time. It's been a while. Anyway, tell me what y'all think. Niconico, that's not true in France. The more you work, the less you earn. Well, it's kind of the same way here. Uncle Sam wants to get his share, and he's going to get it before you get yours. Rock the Red 2009, started plumbing at 17 years old, was working at McDonald's when a manager told me that the husband was in plumbing and that I should go talk to them about getting the trainee position. Man, that is so cool. I love that. Pinterest is for women. Come on, Brandon. It works. Henry Racinos, I have a Spartan 100 machine. I need a cable. I asked every vendor in Fort Worth. No one can get me a cable. Okay, Henry, call Spartan. They've got a guy, and actually he's in Fort Worth. He'll come out in like an ambulance. I think it's an ambulance or a fire truck or something. He comes out. He's got cables. He's got everything on it. I wish I could remember his name, Alan or Adam, something like that. If you can't find the information, call over to Texas Green Plumbing tomorrow. Leave me a message with your name and number. I will get back in touch with you. But yeah, man, they will come fix it for you wherever you're at. It is fantastic. 1-1 is trade jobs secure, and in Canada you have to pay the first year of apprenticeship. Here's what I'm gonna tell you is I've reached out to the Prime Minister of Canada. I know a lot of people have sent me messages and said, "Man, look, we need people in the trades in Canada." And guys, the way I'm going to change the world is by helping people get into trades, and I'm going to help them get a job. I mean, you plumbers that are in here, think about it. Look at the life that this has given you. I'm so very blessed by the life that it's given me, and I want to help others. And man, when I was in high school, I was a freaking troublemaker. I fought. I did a lot of stupid things. And I mean, to be honest, if they'd had that category most likely to go to prison, I might have won it. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't have tried, but I still might have won it. But the thing is, one day along the way, I woke up and I thought, you know what? That's not what I want. That's not the life that I want. I want to do good things. And I started working harder. I started valuing myself. I started educating myself and started taking care of me. And man, I tell you what, life is so much better when you do that. And anyway, I don't want to get off on a rant or anything, but I love the fact that I'm in a position now where I can help high school kids. Maybe high school kids that, you know what, man, that they're okay in school. They're not great. They're not the smartest kid in the world. Or maybe they are, but they just didn't apply themselves. But the neat thing about it is, but they're like, hey, look, I'm not going to college. I can't afford it. I don't want the student debt, whatever it is. Those of y'all that were here a few weeks ago, we talked about getting into the trades and the fact that literally in a 5-year apprenticeship training program, you can make about $300,000. A 4-year college tuition is going to cost you $200,000 normally in student loans. So my deal is, would you rather go to college and at the end of 4 years, you owe somebody $200,000, or go to trade school and at the end of 5 years, you've made $300,000? So here's what I tell people to do is think about it this way. What if you could take all of that $300,000 and just put it away and say, okay, we're starting out at zero right now. Well, right there, starting out at zero after trade school, when you get out, you're making about $75,000, $80,000 a year. What are you making when you get out of college? Hello? What are you making when you get out of college? Because I doubt, unless you were just really great at school and you did your interns right and you lined everything up, I doubt you're going to get out making $80,000 a year. So In the trades, it's almost guaranteed. And if you work a little bit overtime, it is guaranteed. And you've got a pension you're putting in, and you've got your health care taken care of. There's a lot of great things about it. So, and I say that, guys, remember, I'm union right now. So that's what I'm looking at. But even if you're not union, man, you're still making good money. Chances are, if you work for a big enough company, there's a 401k, probably have a good benefit package. Lots of ways to look at it, guys. Lots of ways to look at it. John Kramer, not a plumber from PA. It's a hobby. Fantastic. If you make it a very good hobby, it could be a new career. So, John, I want you to think about that. It's a great thing. Henry, you want the dual intercore cable? Absolutely. Recommend the 1/2 inch 75-foot cable with that machine. Heavy, but man, it will cut through anything. You're right. And man, I love the toolbox. Have you got the black and red, the Spartan toolbox with the different heads, the different this, oh my God. I mean, that's almost like Christmas. One, not sure how it is in Canada. In America, apprentices are paid to learn. Absolutely. I mean, from day one, even if they can't get in the apprentice training program, if they come in as provisionals, they get paid, and they get paid the whole time they're going through school. So it really is good. I don't know where I got moved to here. Man, this jumps around a lot. Sorry, guys. Oh, Will, nice trick. Thank you. Okay. Where was I? There we go. BC. You don't get repeat customers from ripping them off. Honesty goes a long way. Trust me. Man, you were nailed it right there. And here's the deal. And guys, when you build a good reputation in town, like I said, we've got a great reputation. When people go look at our reviews, when people go check out our ratings, check out anything like that, man, people are talking good about us. And I love that because we've worked really hard for it. So the neat thing is when another company goes out and gives them a price that they think's really high, they go in and start looking at reviews and everything. Then they call me and say, hey, we had your competitor plumbing company come out and give us a really high price. Is this something you'd be interested in looking at? Absolutely. Why did y'all call us? Oh my God, we saw your reviews and they're amazing. So guys, there's a lot of good things to building a great reputation. BC, that is perfect. Very good. Oh, Troy Ross, you're a tough one. Also did pumping of septic with pump trucks and drain tech. So, man, if you ran a pump truck, did you also do grease traps and stuff like that? Because I'm telling you what, that's a smell that is hard to get past. Well, brother, I'm telling you, you've done the hard stuff. Nico, if you want to come in these in May or June, best period, annual visit with me. Sounds fantastic. Don't invite my wife. I hope she's out of here by now because here's the deal. She will book the flights right now. Big Day Linux 4571. Got to do some errands. Thank you. No, man, thank you. I'm telling y'all guys, I do. I love doing this. I love talking plumbing. Got some great people. And man, there's some great plumbers in here. Okay. Jake Vallis, is it worth taking a pay cut for now to join the union? I'm a drain cleaner making 60 to 70 a year. If I get into the union, I would eventually make 100, but first few years wouldn't make as much now. Jake, man, it really depends on where you're at. And here's what I'm going to tell you. And I've been open shop, I've been union, I've done all that. My thought process here is what's going to benefit you most in the long run? And where you're at making 60 or 70, how long is it going to take you to get up to 100, or would you ever get up to 100? And is there a pension plan? Is there a retirement plan? I know plumbers around here that are 70 years old and still working because they don't have a retirement plan. And my thought, part of the reason that I'm a union company, I wanted to make sure that my plumbers knew they've got a retirement plan. They're going to be able to walk out one day, draw a check, and not just have to wear their bodies out. Uh, and I mean, when I tell you I know plumbers that are 70 years old still plumbing, I mean, I'm serious about it. So, it's something to think about. What's going to benefit you most in the long run? Where are you located? I'm really, really interested. Uh, Cast, how we doing? Good to have you in here. But we got some new people in here today. I'm loving that. Smooth YT, like your mustache. It's nice. No, it's very nice. I worked hard on this. And Kristen Hills has told me I can never shave it off. My wife has told me the same thing, but Kristen was on stage when she said it, so it's kind of a bigger deal. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. BC, customer equals your paycheck. That's the way I see it. And it's so much more than that. It's not just your paycheck. And BC, this is something that I used to teach my guys when we were on a job at the airport, and we subbed it out from another company, and a lot of them didn't really like the other company. And I said, guys, here's the thing to remember: this other company for the next 3 years, 4 years, is paying your bills. They're paying for your vehicle. They're paying for your gas. They're paying for your food. They're paying for your kids' back to school clothes. They're paying for your kids' college tuition, whatever it is. And one thing that I tried to teach apprentices when I was an instructor is, guys, the employers that you work for. And to me, that's a big deal. If we don't take care of our employers, man, there's not going to be anybody there. And don't get me wrong, we can jack one or two of them over. If I get jacked over, it's not going to hurt anybody other than me and my wife and the people here in the office that depend on it. But my thing is, what if we all just took care of the employers that we work for? And you can say, well, Roger, that's easy for you to say you own your own company. Guys, when I didn't own my own company for the last 20 years in the union, man, I bled the color of the company that I worked for. And I dedicated myself to try to make that company better. And to me, and that's the only way to be. So I love it when I see stuff like that. It's huge. Let me see. Got that. Kevin Drake Fitness. My manager is paying me minimum wage as an apprentice. Is that normal? Where are you at, Kevin? Because I must say no. And I'm just going to say that right off the top of my head, because minimum wage here in Dallas, what is minimum wage? $7.25, $7.50 an hour. Plumbers apprentices in Dallas start out at 16 something an hour, nowhere near minimum wage. So I would say no. Smooth YT, yes, it is. If you're starting off low, yes, it is. You're starting off low, and you are, but it depends on where you go. So you got, and this is good. You got two different answers here. I would say no, it's not good. Somebody else says maybe it is. We got Phil Good. I love that name. That is pretty cool. Phil Good. How are we? Northern Virginia here. What is up? That's pretty cool. Kevin, I'd ask for a raise. I mean, tell me this, Kevin, where are you at and how long have you been there? I want to bounce this around. Nico, but there's too much competition. That's why you've got to be multitasking France. You know what? I like that. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of competition over here, but man, we need plumbers over here. I mean, we're hurting for people in the trades. And that's why in the show, I wanted to talk about getting people into the trades. How do you get people in the trades? Do you talk to them about getting in the trades? Do you help them? Do you support them? What do you do? Because that's what I'm trying to do. I want to literally help people that want to get into the trades and not necessarily plumbing. I mean, I've got connections with the HVAC service technicians, the sheet metal union, the electricians union. I've got enough connectors. I do the plumbing for the painters union here in town. So, I mean, I can help people get in. It's really a pretty cool deal. Okay. My minimum wages, like I said, ours are around, it's just over $16 an hour. Kevin Drake get paid $11.10, but in January, the new minimum wage is $12. Man, a lot of it depends on where you're at. But I'm telling you, Kevin, here in Dallas, you'd be making about $16 an hour. Rock the Red 2009, black polo shirts, black Wrangler pants, black shoes and boots. Now, see, I like that. I like that all black look. Uh, and I'm just going to take a wild guess. You work for Johnny Cash Plumbing. Congratulations. That would be a dream of mine. That's really pretty cool. Kevin, tough thing is to deal with is that they promised me 15, but after said they can only do minimum wage once I quit my other job and started at their company. Kevin, you were looking for a job when you found this one. Be looking for a job when you find the next one. Like I said, I'm interested in how much experience you have because that's a great reason to move up because you've gained more experience. And if your employer is not recognizing that, but then again, think about it. What value do you bring? Are you learning? Are you improving? Because it's all about bringing value back to the people that you work for. Feel good. I'd be mad about that too. Absolutely. Punch in the stomach. I agree. Barney Film 85, Duluth Trading Company and Carhartt make the knee pad pocket pants. And just so you know, I'm not talking about either one of those. Not that I'm not talking about them. I'll talk about either one of them, but I had somebody reach out to me and ask me if I would be interested in trying their pants. Hadn't done it yet, but anyway, they reached out, so I thought it was pretty cool. Knee pad pocket pants, that's all you ever use. Love that the pad is always there. Man, that's cool because I was wondering, how is it? How awkward? Let me ask you this. Can you starch them? Because I know you can't see mine, but man, my jeans are starched. And I don't know if I can starch those or not. So just curious. Paul Peck. I wear all whites, white Peck shirts and Dickie shorts or pants and required all my employees to wear the same too. Looks professional and sets us apart from the rest. That's fantastic. Those of y'all, and I'm man, pat him on the back because he's doing better than me. Yeah, y'all, if y'all get a chance, go subscribe to Paul Peck Drywall Tube. He's got a merch channel set up that is cool. He's also got here's what's neat about him. If he shows you stuff to do in his videos, he's got a link where you can click over to a page and actually get the tools that he actually uses. I think that's cool, and that's something I need to start working on because I have so many people reach out to me and say, look, what tools do you use? What tools do you recommend? And that's really why I've started doing some of the things I do. I was in here one night and said, hey, if I made this a sponsor wall, would anybody get mad? And everybody, almost everybody in here is like, no, look, man, you got to pay yourself for what you do. Because think about it right now, I'm making nothing to stand here and do this. Now I'm getting to give away great information. I've got great connections in here and people that I enjoy talking to and hanging out with. So I enjoy this. But if there's one person in here that wakes up tomorrow and says, you know what, I think I'm going to go find a job plumbing, man, I'm doing good things because I'm telling you, your life will be changed. Let me see. The potential is great in plumbing as long as you stay in the trades. Phil, you're completely right. And that's it. And don't get me wrong, guys. I've got out of the trades a couple of times. I got out of plumbing to manage a restaurant. And I don't want anybody to laugh right now, but I got out to become a cosmetologist. I got out to become a massage therapist, a bodyguard, a bouncer, a bartender. I've done a lot of different things. And a lot of it I did while I was still working. I used to be a superintendent on some of the biggest jobs in Dallas, and I would go do concert security in the evening because I was a supervisor of the pit. And man, I've done a lot of things in my life, and this is something I get people to reach out to me and say, "Look, I don't make enough money starting out at plumbing to get into the trades." Well, number one, either lower your bills, find a way to lower your bills temporarily, meaning move in with your mother-in-law. Find a way to make more money. And when I say that, like I said, when I started out plumbing and I became a father, I was working at a pool hall on the weekend. I was tending bar during the week at a little small pool hall. So, guys, if you want to do it bad enough, you'll find a way to make the additional money to get you through the hard times. Because I'm telling you, once you get through the hard times, and the trades are a great career to be in. If y'all like that and y'all think that we're doing good things here, do me a favor, go down there and give us a thumbs up. If you hadn't done it yet, please subscribe and ring the bell. That's going to let you know the next time we go live. If you know anybody that you think might be interested in getting into the trades, share this, tag them on it. take a picture of yourself watching the video and say, hey guys, y'all need to check this out, because I'm telling you, if you can introduce somebody to the trades and it changes their life, man, you've done something good. And luckily for me, I'm in a position I get to do that every day. So I appreciate that. Elijah Gage, how are you? My day is fantastic. I'll tell you what, I do. I love what I do, guys. So it's a cool thing. Question: how is the homework balance for plumbers in all the settings? Union, residential, commercial, and etc. Okay, man, that's a good question, because I get asked the question a lot. Look, am I going to lose my family if I become a plumber, or am I going to have to work around the clock? And guys, there's a lot of different yes and no's and maybes and whatnots. Here's the deal: when you go apply for a job, ask them, look, is there a lot of overtime required? Now, if there is, I want you to think about this. That means you're going to make a lot more money. If there's not, you need to make sure that you can live on the $16 an hour. Okay. 20 bucks an hour is 800 bucks a week. You're going to carry home 560, 600 bucks. Can you live on that? If you can, then you say, look, I want to find a job where I work 40 hours a week. Now, in residential service, sometimes there's the opportunity for overtime. We, as a company owner, try not to work overtime. I don't want my guys to have to be away from their families, and that's a big deal to me. I don't like being away from my family. Love my wife, love being home with her. So any opportunity that I get to get out of here and get home, I'm all over it. But I also understand that I'm trying to run a business and build something successful. I normally work 7 days a week. Luckily, sometimes she comes up here with me, sometimes she doesn't. But man, I know what I'm trying to build, and I know what it takes to do it. And I had a buddy of mine, man, my buddy owns Speaks Plumbing right here in Garland. He's one of the people that helped get me into plumbing 40 years ago. He told me whenever I started up on my own company, he said, get ready to work harder than you've ever worked. I thought, man, I work for other people. You have no idea how hard I've worked. Man, if you decide to open your own company, you get ready to work, because you are the hardest working person there. If you're not, your company may not make it. And you got to understand that in the beginning. Now, the reason I have no problem with it is I see an end game. I see an exit plan. I've built my business with a plan that one day I can either sell it or hire the person that I can finance it to, or hire the person that I can get to run it for me. So there's always a plan. Make sure you've got one too. And, most commercial jobs are the same way. They don't want to work overtime, but if they get behind, they may have to work overtime for a while. And guys, here's one thing I'll tell you, and especially you younger guys that have a family, and you want to do this, you want to do that. Working overtime gives you the opportunity to put a little extra money up to do something good. And you can do different things with it. You can take care of your wife, or maybe you put that money up and you say, hey, I'm going to learn something with this. I'm going to invest it in me and my education. I would hate to think about how many thousands of dollars I've spent on education just for me to learn how to run a business, how to do social media, how to market, how to advertise, how to do a lot of the different plumbing things that I do. You don't just wake up one day and know how to do this. You have to study it and learn it and get training and education. And man, it's pretty cool. But I love investing in me because I know I'm going to get the value out of it. And that part is really, really cool. Let me see. Jason Smith, wear Carhartt work boots with composite toe, and they last forever. See, man, I don't know that I've ever tried the Carhartt boots. Like I said, I've worn Red Wing boots. I've worn Red Wing. Look you straight in the eye. I have worn Red Wing boots most of my life, and I love them. I have tried some other brands. Whenever they quit making the model that I like of Red Wing, I tried other brands. I've got two of these pair that are the Cadillac version of the Red Wing boots, and I keep getting them resold. And I'm gonna keep getting them resold until they tell me that we can't resell them anymore. But I tell you what, I love them. But if I can't find, and I've reached out to Red Wing and said, okay, look, if y'all aren't making a Cadillac anymore, what boot do y'all recommend? And I hadn't heard anything. So if y'all know anybody at Red Wing Boots, reach out to them. Tell them, hey, y'all might want to call Roger and talk to him, because He wants some boots. How's everybody doing? Man, we got 14 thumbs up. That is fantastic. Thank you, guys. Kevin's gonna stick it out. That is good. Guys, I tell you what, whoa, how did that happen? Man, it jumped on me again. I don't know where I'm at. Yes, I do. I'm getting close. Paul Peck. Okay, we've already been there. There we go. I know where I'm at now. I see it. It jumped. Let's see. We got is that Big John in the house? Maybe not. Sorry about this, guys. Without a mouse, it's killing me. There we go. God, I did it again. Okay. Now I think I'm close. Paul. I love it. Let's go back to Elijah real quick. Also, right when you put that day in the life of a plumber's up, I was thinking about asking if you would on the live today. So it's a thumbs up. I love that. And I tell you what, we're going to work more on that. I know Will was in here a while ago. Don't know if he still is or not. And Will's been saying, look, man, we need to just jump in the Jeep with you and ride around. We need to do a day in the life of a plumber. Hey guys, we're going to work on that. It's just my days are crazy. When you're short plumbers, sometimes you're out in the field plumbing. Sometimes you're in here. I've been running back and forth today to try to make sure I could get in here. I really try to dedicate my Mondays to being here for the live. I love doing this and love talking to y'all. Tuesdays at 10 o'clock, those of y'all that aren't connected with me on LinkedIn, connect. I do a LinkedIn live on Tuesday and Friday at 10. I normally try to drag Julie in there with me on Tuesdays. So tomorrow she'll be standing here and I'll be standing here. And we try to do that. So, man, if y'all get a chance to hook up with us, we love talking plumbing and everything we can to help y'all out. Yeah, Paul shares on Pinterest too. Man, I'm telling y'all what, if you're not, and guys, here's a funny thing. I'm looking to try to figure out how to do TikTok right now. And I've got some good ideas. And I'm really looking forward to it. So we're going to see how it goes, see what happens. But I'm telling you what, man, you don't know until you get out there and try. And everybody says, well, younger kids are on TikTok. Why you want to be on there? 5 years from now, those younger kids are going to want to get into plumbing because I'm going to put information out there to make them think, hey, you know what? This is cool. And I want to do that. I hope most of them are in the Dallas area and want to work for me one day. So that I'll have a full staff. Yes, hit the like button. Guys, if y'all like the video, please do. Give me a thumbs up. Share it. Tell other people about it. Do whatever you can to help me out. I appreciate it. Oh, man, I'll tell you what. Y'all remind me, too, before we get out of here, I'm working on a giveaway. And I want to talk to y'all because I want to know what's the best way to do a giveaway. And Paul, you may know, what's the best way to do a giveaway on YouTube? Because, man, I got some cool stuff to give away. And I'm not talking, a charger for your phone. I'm talking, I've got some $600 toilet seats out here. And that's my cheapest giveaway. I've got some other things I want to give away. Don't get me wrong, I have cheaper ones later. But what's the coolest way to do giveaways on YouTube? And of course, I want to try to bring subs in. I want y'all to share information and help me get more people in here. But, if y'all think a giveaway is a good idea, give me a thumbs up down there in the bottom. And then we're going to talk later about how to do it and what all it is I'm wanting to give away. So thank you, Paul Peck. Talk nerdy to me, man. I do. I love that name. Love plumbing so far, but are there any things that you recommend to do to encourage customers to tell other people about you aside from doing good work? Absolutely. And Paul, you may chime in on this and say what you're doing, but man, I tell you what, we've got some cards. There's an app, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. But I had a plumber come to work for me, and he was a tradesman. Not really a plumber, a tradesman. I say that jokingly. He came to work for me, and when he came in and applied, he brought in a list, probably 5 or 6 pages of Yelp reviews that mentioned his name. And I thought, you know what? That's pretty cool. The bad thing about it is I thought all he's doing is promoting himself. He's not trying to promote the company. And guys, look, I have nothing wrong with self-promotion. I think in a lot of trades, it's what you've got to do. But remember, you're trying to build that company and you. So what I did when I was out in the field all the time, I say, look, if you think we did 5-star work, which is what we try to do all the time, I would love it if you would go on to Google or Yelp, Google my business, wherever it is you want them to go. I would love it if you would go on and give Texas Green Plumbing a review. And my name's Roger. Please mention me because I hope other people call the office and say, I want Roger to come out there too. My boss, they see stuff like that and they realize it. And that just lets them know I did a good job. And man, you do something like that, some people will be like, oh, I'm gonna give you a review right now. And man, there's nothing wrong with that. It's the technology we're in. It's the modern era. Now, like I said, we've got cards that my guys can just give somebody and say, look, if you think we did a 5-star job today, man, will you go in here and give us a review? And literally all they've got to do is text Texas to a number and it works. And maybe I'll bring that card in here one day and have y'all all text in and give me a 5-star review. If you don't, I'm gonna come looking for you. Okay, so that does work. Troy Ross, yes, I have pumped all those grease pits and septics. Can stick head in the pit and have no gag reflex at all. You are a tough man. I gotta say it. Troy, that's hard to do, brother. Because I'll tell you what, I've worked around grease traps. I've set them, I've installed them, I've worked on them, I've done all kinds of different things. Man, you're a brave one, brother. No gag reflex at all. Huh. I'm not even going to tell you where my mind's going when I read that particular line. Tom Abramson. Hey, Roger, love your videos. Love listening to you while I'm driving. Job to job. Thank you very much, Tom. I appreciate that. And let me ask y'all that because this is something that, and I actually had a comment. I've got a real good friend, Owen Video. He's phenomenal on YouTube and in this industry. And I'm thinking about doing a podcast. So first of all, I would like y'all to put down in the bottom, yes, you listen to a podcast. Yes, I should do one. Whatever it is, just put yes. Then I'll at least see, hey, maybe these guys will listen to it. But I listen to, like Tom said, I listen to YouTube on the way in. But here lately, I started getting into podcasts, and it's like, you know what? There's some pretty good information out there. And I've had people, some are in here, over the course of time saying, man, you need to do a podcast. You really do. And as you can see, I've been here talking for 75 minutes right now. That's not a problem. But I've got a different formula that I want to do for a podcast. But first of all, if y'all listen to podcasts or if you think I should do one, put yes in there. And I'll get down to it in a minute because I've really been thinking about it. And I've been thinking about it a lot here lately. And the fact that I got that message today, and then Tom mentioned that he listens to me driving job to job. I do the same way. Tom, when I get up in the morning driving the office, that's what I'm listening to. So, man, I appreciate that very much. Nico, my favorite part of the job is soldering, and it's pretty important even for a plumber who just graduate lead, copper, black iron, galvanized steel. A new plumber doesn't know how to solder copper with tin. Okay, so are y'all still using a lot of tin over in France? Nico, just checking. I've never soldered tin. Now we've done lead. I've done brass to lead, all kinds of different things like that. So just man, that's very interesting. I like that. Carlos Garcia in the crypto space. What are the keys to having a successful startup? Man, Carlos, man, we could write a book on that. But here's what I would tell you: is the most important thing is to have a plan walking in. And it's just like I've got the free mini course teaching people about how to get into plumbing. What kind of plumber do you want to be? What kind of company do you want to run? And I asked that because we had somebody in here earlier say they're just opening a drain cleaning company. And I have nothing at all against that. But sooner or later, you're going to get tired of just cleaning drains. You're going to want to grow and expand. At least I think I would. My thing is have a plan walking in, know where you want to go. Have a budget, know what kind of money you can spend. Know what kind of money you can spend starting out, and don't break that budget. If you will learn to do those things, and number one, always fall in love with your customer. because if you fall in love with your customer, you're never going to do them wrong. You're always going to do the right thing for them. And one thing I tell my guys is, look, every house you walk in, treat it like it's your mother and your grandmother, and just, man, do the best thing you can do. And it really is that big a deal. That's really a good one though. Have a good business plan, understand where you want to go, and have a map to get there. Because you don't just step out being a super successful company the first day in it. It doesn't happen. Tom Abrams' son, plumbing jobs are too high in demand to earn minimum wage, even if you're green in Utah. Yeah, 14 to 16. I think you're probably right, Tom, and it may even be more than that. I don't know what scale is up in Utah. Is that where he was from? Utah? I didn't see that part. But man, yeah, minimum wage that's tough to make in any trade. Can you make a video over basic plumbing for an apprenticeship? Cameron, I've done a lot of those. If you'll go check out the videos, I've got some more that we're working on. That mini course that we put together is actually to lead into a course for residential plumbers, where we want to teach people how to solder, how to glue PVC, how to glue CPVC, how to glue dissimilar plastics, how to cut straight, how to cut with a sawzall. I mean, there's so many things that we're wanting to do, and we're going to get started. I say get started. We have got started on that. We've just got to get busier on it. So man, the things we're working on, guys, it is crazy. Okay, Carlos, got you. Tom, yes. Cameron, yes. Mr. Shanawa is taken away. Cameron, apprentice and kind of struggling. Cameron, what kind of experience do you have? What kind of plumbing are you doing? And what is it really you're struggling with? Because man, I've got some videos out there that will teach you a lot. That, man, I've had a lot of guys call and say, "Look, you helped me all the way through my apprentice training program, and I appreciate it." Okay, Carlos, I believe I've answered that. At least I hope I have. Burnt clutch, give your customers options, man, all the time. That is huge. Brian Buckman, Buchman. Hey, love your videos. 34 years old, recently laid off from my medical sales job after 7 years in the industry. Now thinking about plumbing as a second career. Always been good with my hands. Any advice? Absolutely. Brian, number one, where are you located? Man, I've got videos that teach people how to get into the trades, how to figure out what kind of plumber they want to be, how to move forward with that, even how to get out and find a job. Man, it really does help. Any plumbers in here, the advice I always give is number one, find out what kind of plumber you want to be. But my advice is look, show up with an open mind, a positive attitude, dress nice, dress like the plumber you want to be, not like the apprentice that they shouldn't have hired. And show up with a good attitude. If your plumber's taking time to teach you, and take time to learn. And what I mean by that is listen and think about it and remember it. Don't make him teach you the same thing over and over again. Try to be the best apprentice on the job. And, learning to work smarter instead of harder is great. And it will help you all the way through your career. Always try to be the best plumber. And I'm not saying that you have to do things to make yourself look better than others, but I knew when I got into the union that I had come in from open shop, and they saw that as a bad thing. So what I had to do is outperform them. And I made sure every job that I walked on, if there was another plumber on the other end of the floor or anywhere near me doing something, I always wanted to make sure that I worked harder, that I worked smarter, and I tried to get more done, and I tried to put it in nicer, neater, and straighter, and I tried not to have any leaks. And I'm telling you, always trying to be the best, and it really does help a lot. It really does. That's a big deal. Brian, there you go. Got that. Positive 23. Need help getting into a sheet metal apprenticeship. Positive 23, man, tell me where you're located. I will see what we can do to help. You may have to send me an email. Like I said, y'all reach out up to me up here at Texas Green Plumbing. Give me your email address or phone number or something like that where I can help, and I'll see what we can do to help you. From troublemaker to tradesman, the title of your book. You know what, Sheila? It's good to see you in here. Man, that could be a good one. Julie, you might make sure you write that down. Sheila, that's my wife right down there below you, Julie Wakefield. And she says it depends on your degree. So Gareth Evans, ooh, man, it did it again. Dadgummit. Sorry, guys. I am trying to find where I was. You do it in here, Big John. Good to see you, brother. There we go. I got where I'm at. Perfect. Gareth, how do I convince my boss to move me or to move with the times and offer tankless water heaters? He seems to be against them. You know what, Gareth, and a bunch of us are. And I don't mean that bad, but man, tankless is a whole new entity. And most houses around here where I'm located aren't plumbed for them, meaning some of them you need a condensate drain, some of them you need a bigger gas line, some of them need special venting. So there's a lot that scares a lot of us. You know, what you might try to do is convince him, look, you could be the leader, cutting edge person on tankless water heaters, because I think they are going to be big in the future. I don't know how long it's going to take, but, you know, and if he doesn't want to do it, you know, you start studying and learning, start finding out if you can go to classes and learn more about them. There's a lot of good opportunities out there, but if he doesn't want to do tankless, you know what? Maybe you open your own company in 5 or 10 years and you become the tankless king. And man, it could have our queen. I mean, whatever y'all want to do, it doesn't matter. It could happen. Let me see. Life's crazy. I currently work in Mike Glover Services, Kendall, Texas. You know what? I know KMP Plumbing out there. Some good people. And I love it out around Kennedale. KMP, Kennedale, Mansfield. Is that it? Kennedale and Mansfield? Man, it's a great area out there. I like that. Barney Films 85. I'm wearing Carhartt work boots, soft toe, and they're almost as good as my Red Wing 606 and 608, about half the price. You know, and you know, man, it's like I said a while ago, Barney. The price doesn't bother me, and what I mean by that is look, I've got 2 pair of Red Wing boots. I've probably had 10 years, and I've had them resold multiple times. You know, man, when you make a pair of boots like that, the price does not bother me. Figured if I paid, say I paid $300 for each one of them, that's $30 a year. You know what, man, for comfortable boots that don't hurt my feet, man, I'm all over it. All right. Life's crazy. Chilling, been in plumbing about 7 months. Man, that's fantastic. What kind of plumbing are you in? Residential, service, new construction? Man, union, non-union? You know, some people don't like it when I talk about that, but I mean, it's all opportunities. Julie, yes. And Life's Crazy graduated in 2019. So see, man, you just got graduated and started in plumbing. You're right about where I was. I mean, I literally started plumbing my junior year, went back to school, graduated with my class, and then got out and got right back into plumbing. Elijah Gage, really thinking about doing this trade. I would love to own my own gym business as well, helping people that way with fitness because I love that. So a plumber with his own gym business. You know what, Elijah, brother, you can do what you want to do. And man, it's cool. Think about if you could buy a big enough building to put a gym in one end, plumbing company and the owner, you do everything from right there at it. You make that a perk for your plumbers. Hey guys, you get free membership to the gym. And there's so many different things and opportunities. Guys, don't let the modern world tell you what you can and can't do. There's so many things that you can do. You just got to decide what it is and man, jump out and do it. I mean, y'all look at me. I'm a plumber. I'm on YouTube. I'm a plumber. I'm on LinkedIn. How far outside the box is that? Crazy. Elijah Gage, is it possible? Brother, I just told you. Abso-freaking-lutely. I love it. I think that's great. That's great. Gareth Evans, plumbing is amazing. Went from earning $13 an hour to $75,000 a year in 24 months. You know what? man, that's 13 an hour up to 37.50 an hour. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure you got some overtime in there, but still, guys, man, you notice it. You notice it. Uh, the more you learn, the more valuable you are to your company, the more you're worth, and the more money you're going to make. Man, congratulations. That's fantastic. Ty Kessler, good to have you in here again. A good giveaway would be small tools. Man, giveaway I'm talking about and thinking about, and I'll know more about it tomorrow. It's going to be small. It's going to be a tool, but it ain't no small hand tool like you're thinking. I promise. Paul Peck, me and you got to talk this week, brother. Barney Films 85. I would love a giveaway if it's quality product. Oh, dude, let me tell you what. And and that's funny. And I'm glad you put that. Because Barney Films, look, you know me. I talk the truth, and I preach. Look, let's do everything right. I've had people reach out to me and ask me about product that I would not sponsor. One of the big plumbing supply companies, y'all seen my video about shark bite fittings. I don't like them. I've seen too many of them leak. Now, y'all may love shark bite and they may work perfect for you. And if you do, that's fine. I really don't want to hear about it. No, and I'm joking. I really am. Look, shark bites are great for an emergency if it's just an emergency. Meaning you got water flooding and you got a cap and you can put it on, then you can go shut the water off and fix it. What I don't like to see is when people put shark bites on for a customer, charge them a plumber's price for a professional job. And then the customer calls back later and says, hey, you know what? It's not leaking no more. Don't come back. We're good. We're going to leave this. I just don't think that's a professional product, but that's my opinion. And since it's my show, I can have my opinion. Some of y'all may love it though. And guys, I ain't telling you can't use them. I'm just telling you my thoughts. But when it gets down to giveaways or sponsors for the wall or anything like that, guys, it's going to be nothing but quality. Will and I talked about that. I don't know if Will's still in here or not. Will and I talked about that when we first started getting to the point where we could even start talking about sponsorships. It was like, look, we're not just going to sell products for people. And I don't want to just bring it in and tell y'all for 30 minutes why you need an iPhone. But I may walk in and say, hey, look, I've got the president of Apple. And man, why'd y'all start Apple? Why'd you call it Apple? Where do y'all come up with these great ideas? I want to find out why. I want to know about the culture. I want to know, man, y'all see me. I've got Bradford White water heaters that are cut open. And oh my God, I love the people at Bradford White. They want to teach you about their product. I asked them, hey, look, I'm doing videos, man. A couple of water heaters cut open would be great. Man, they made me a deal I couldn't resist. I was like, thank you. That is fantastic. Guys, man, it's all about quality. How good can you do? How good can you be? And I promise you, if I give away something, it's not going to be just a cheap toy that you're going to go out and use once and break. It's going to be like, man, Roger gave me a deal and man, check this thing out. And guys, there's so many new product coming out that I get to be privy to and learn about. And I love it because I might get to give some of it away. So anyway, all kinds of cool things going on. And I promise you, nothing but quality. Elijah Gage, helping people as a plumber and as a gym business owner. I think it's great. Absolutely. Man, and it is. It's a cool deal. Cameron Gully, I'm an apprentice getting ready to take my tradesman in Austin next November. Could you make a video on tips, things to expect and study? Cameron, I've got a video in here about the study guide. And I actually used the UPC study guide. I've got a video. I don't think the latest one I did, but I've got another video in here where I tell you how I use it to study. I'm telling you what, I can make the written a piece of cake for you because that book will make it so easy for you. And even if you're not in Texas, if your codes with the UPC or IPC guides, these study guides are amazing. And man, I'm just telling you, it doesn't get any better. Now, as for what all's on the test, you need to know what's wrong with the water heaters. You need to know how to rough in the dollhouse. Man, if anybody in here has taken the tradesman exam lately, let me know, because I have not. And I think back when I took it, the 2-story house was a master exam. Uh, anyway, it's been a while. So great stuff. Big John, good to see you in here, brother. That is fantastic. Love seeing you. Julie says, hold a contest, ask questions, and the first one to answer correctly wins. I like that. I like that a lot. See, why do I have her around? Because she is amazing. Okay. Big Neil just got bumped up. Check him out. He is listening and watching and stalking and lurking and all the above. Okay, yeah. So, man, I think the giveaways will be great, guys. Okay. Go to Southern Cal, Los Angeles, local 761 in the house. Man, that is fantastic. Jose, I'm glad you're here. Man, we actually got a call one day, and it was Amber at the front desk. And she called me in there and told me about it. She said, hey, look, this is funny. We just got a call from one of the unions, and she said out in California. She said it was one of the apprentices, and he just wanted to call and say thank you. And she said, okay, what for? And said, because the guy said that they're showing your videos every night in school. And man, I thought that was hilarious. Like I'm a union member. We're a union contractor. We're at a local 100. And man, I think the union's got great benefits for employees. There's good things about it. Love their training program. I think there's great things about it. Jose, I've been up to Ann Arbor a few times to the instructor training program. But guys, just because there's not a union near you doesn't mean you can't get in plumbing. There's a lot of other options too. And I tell y'all the story about, look, I didn't start out in the union. I started out open shop doing commercial, new construction. Now I'm union doing residential service. So guys, you can start in one and end up a complete 180-degree opposite, and it can still work out well. So let me see, get back into it here. Yes, you should do it. Yes, me too. Yes, repurpose your live stream, Roger, so you don't have to spend up another hour or so on a podcast. Big John, we're that's part of the plan, brother. I love it. Nico, no. Nico, no. You don't like podcasts. You don't listen to them. I shouldn't do one. Maybe I'm too ugly for radio. Is that what you? I mean, look at this face. I want you to think about that. John Rotrammel, NHVAC in Houston. I like that. Like watching my videos. Man, that's great. John, we're actually going to be down in Houston. I was talking to somebody earlier. We're going to be down in Houston, I think, next week. We're working on a business down there also. Okay, so Nico, only I'll see us online. Okay. The Big John, absolutely. Paul, have you started a podcast yet or not? Caleb at Cockatoo, how have you protected your back and knees throughout life as a plumber? Man, those are the two worst parts of my body in my head. I mean, man, I've done this my whole life, and look, I lost all my hair. I tell you what, Caleb, and that's one thing to think about. And guys, all of you, when you first start getting into plumbing, remember, and that's the only body you got, and taking care of it isn't easy. So think about that the entire time. And man, I was an athlete. I loved playing football. Used to lift a lot of weights, and I was one of those plumbers on the job. It's like, oh wait, that pallet of 50 toilets, I can pick that up and pick it up, throw it up my shoulder, and try and run upstairs. And guys, it'll kill you. I mean, it hurts your body. If Julie's in here right now, I'm sure she's laughing because she gets to hear me wake up in the morning. I'm like, grunting to get out of bed. But man, it kills me. And my back and my knees are horrible. So that's a great question, Caleb. It's tough because it's not easy to take care of yourself. And I did it again. And I was done to Nico. All right, guys. We got Felix in here. Man. Here we go. I'm getting close. I know it. There we go. Okay. Nico, right there. You do it. Another tip for repurposing your live stream for your podcast is maybe keep your podcast to 15 to 30 minutes. And during that time, that you're talking without interacting with audiences. And Big John, that's kind of what we're talking about. I've got a couple of different ideas. I've been listening to podcasts here lately to learn more. Man, I've got some great ideas, some people that I want to interview and things like that. And then actually, Paul's one of them. I've got people that I want to interview strictly for a podcast. And what I thought about doing it is, come in and do my intro and get to talk. Hey guys, it's Roger. I want to talk to y'all about this, that, and whatnot, and just kind of go through my little intro and what I want to talk about and what I want to get to and all that. And then, oh, by the way, today's a special day because we got Paul Peck in the house. And I'll tell you what, Paul's a great guy. Here's where I met him, and just kind of go through. So there's a lot of different things that we're talking about, but here's the deal. I talk about the trades and I'm a plumber, but I've got friends that want to get into electrical, into HVAC, into roofing, into landscaping, into foundation work. And man, I know people that do all kinds of different things. And I've literally thought, man, wouldn't that be great to be able to get people in and talk about different things and do different things? So anyway, that's where I'm going to go. At least that's what I'm looking at right now. And I'm going to try to get through these questions here pretty quick. I normally quit at an hour and a half. We've already gone an hour and 36 minutes. So let me see what I can do to get through these. Here we go. Brian Buchman is in Illinois. Nashville dude, do you think a shop would take a part-time tool holder for a while just so I can learn some of the stuff till I can go more full-time? Things that are going on in my life cannot work full-time. You know what? It's possible. I'd call him, talk to him, and say, hey, look, I'm looking for a part-time gig. I want to learn plumbing. Do you have any way I can start or anything I can do? Anything is possible. Jose Ardiaga, man, me doing a video installing drinking fountains since I'm residential is kind of hard. If I had one to do, I would. That was something I was actually really good at back when I did commercial work, doing the side-by-sides and cool things. You know what? If you've got a vendor, Halsey Taylor, somebody that you want to reach out to and say, hey, man, there's a plumber in Dallas. Man, I wish y'all have him do a video on this. Man, if they'll send me one, I'll do it. It's just, number one, water coolers are so expensive. We don't install a lot of them, and I don't have any of them laying around. So that's kind of hard for me to do. But, man, I wouldn't bother me. I'd enjoy it. Plumbers are professionals. Don't ever forget that. Act professionally, dress professionally, and do a professional job. Miss Wakefield, you are fantastic. Justin Mitchell, do you prefer auto feed drain machines and why? You know what? I actually do. And we'll go back up to the reason why from a while ago. Man, with my shoulders and my back, if I am continuously turning and pushing that machine, it wears me out. Now, guys, look, I'm 56 and I've done this for many, many years, but to steadily try to push, especially, some of these machines I've got 5/8 and 3/4 inch cable. And man, it's a whooping. It is a beast, but I tell you what I do like in the beginning, get as much of it as I can in. And then once I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get tired, put it on auto feed, let it slowly feed and keep my hands on it. That way I can feel it. I like the auto feed and I like it because I can bounce it back and forth. And sewer machines are fantastic. If you learn how to use them right, man, that is the most amazing thing there is. Get down here. Plumbing Explained. Roger, when are you coming to Southern Cali next? I will be in Vegas in January. I will be in San Diego in March. Looking forward to it. All right. Plumbing Explained. Tankless hasn't come far enough yet. And man, it really hadn't, but it's still coming. So man, it's always something to work at. Felix Rodriguez needs to get into an electrician apprenticeship. Contact the IBEW, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. Contact them. I'm familiar with the one here in Dallas. I don't know any of them in Southern Cal, but reach out and man, it's a great union. They do things right. Positive 23, fantastic. Thank you. Gabriel Sanchez, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Gabriel from Toronto, Canada. And I've been trying to contact the Prime Minister up there about coming up and helping recruit into the trades. They're saying they're having all kinds of problems in Canada getting people in. And man, I tell you what, I love it. And I've got friends in Canada. So, matter of fact, I've got a meeting tomorrow with a company from Canada. So I may end up there before long. This week I'm finishing your pre-apprenticeship and like your videos, and I appreciate what you do. Gabriel, thank you very much. You said your pre-apprenticeship. Is this through the United Association or is this through one of their training programs? What is it up there? Because I'm a UA member here in the United States, and I know the UA is also up in Canada. Justin Mitchell, tankless, I would recommend for gas, too many problems with electric. And there are, but there are some good electric ones too, just not as many. Cameron, have you ever thought about releasing plumbing merchandise? You know what, Cameron, it's funny you mentioned that. I have a good looking hat, right here. I don't know if y'all can see the resemblance. Let me take off the glasses. Might make it a little bit easier. Yeah. Okay. Right. I don't know if y'all can tell, what is what here, but I've actually got more caps ordered. Problem is, I can't sell these caps through YouTube. At least I don't know that I can. I'm going to end up getting in touch with Teespring and have them do something. But yeah, I'm working on that. Paul's already got it, man. Paul is killing it, y'all. If y'all have not subscribed to Paul Peck Drywall Tube, do. He's doing great things, doing great videos, great information. And if you hadn't given me a thumbs up yet, and give me a thumbs up, let YouTube know that you like what we're doing, you like what we're talking about, and YouTube will help put this in front of more people and help teach them plumbing. So Plumbing Explained, if you're selling tankless water heater, you better make sure you educate your customer in front and back on the positives and negatives. Yes, you will. Man, you can get a lot of negative reviews by not being honest with them and explaining everything going on. Dylan Rolls, 19, just got your apprenticeship. I love that. We're a service shop, and I was wondering, what are some things I can do off the clock to better my skills? Man, watch all the videos I've got because I teach you that. I teach you how to study for plumbing, how to become a better plumber, how to improve yourself to help you grow in this industry. Number one, Dylan, just being here and getting to listen to a lot of things. I've got some good people in here, and man, put yourself out there, learn. Tell me where you're located, and are you UPC or IPC? Because it's going to kind of determine what you want to study. But I'm telling you, man, you're starting off right. Just knowing enough that you need to ask, hey, look, what can I learn to get better? Man, my hat's off to you. Congratulations. And I'm so happy you're 19 and you're already an apprentice. That is fantastic. Life's crazy. Currently doing residential and commercial. Fantastic. I've done commercial and residential. I've done new construction and service, been union, been non-union. I've done industrial. I've done medical, and it's all different, but it's all fun. And I love what we do, guys. Cameron, residential plumbing apprentice, would really appreciate the videos you spoke about earlier to help with my struggles. Cameron, just stalk my channel, brother. Man, I'm gonna go in and binge watch it one weekend. Do whatever it is. I think his name was John a while ago talking. He says, look, man, I listen to you in the truck driving from job to job. I listen to videos on the way to work every morning. There's so many different things that we can do to learn. And, somebody taught me a long time ago, says, look, if you want to be in the very top of your industry, the top of your trade, study for 30 minutes to an hour a day about your industry, about your trade, about what you do. And guys, for the last few years, I study new materials. I study new techniques. I study new tools. I study new information about plumbing. And guys, I may not be in the very top of my industry, but I promise you, I study it, I know it, and I can talk about it with just about anybody. And guys, you can do the same thing. I'm nothing special. I graduated a C-level student, and The funny thing is, a few years back, I'm from Texas. And George Bush, lives right over here in Dallas. And I'm not far from Dallas. And it's funny, he spoke at a commencement speech. I believe it was at SMU. Uh, and this is a few years back, probably 12, 14 years ago. And I wish I could find it, but the article that I saw the next day, George Bush's commencement speech, he looks down front, he says, "To all of you honor grads, congratulations. Very proud of you." He says, "To all you C-level students, you too can become president of the United States." And I thought that was fantastic. Guys, look, I wasn't a great student. I was a troublemaker. I stayed in trouble. Some people didn't even think I would graduate without going to jail. Guys, I love to fight. I love to argue. And I was a tough guy. And don't mean tough to be fighting anybody or anything like that. But don't get me wrong, man, I love to fight. But I didn't back down from anything. I probably, and I'm not going to say I started fights, but I finished every opportunity I had. And the thing is, one day I woke up and said, look, that's not the person I want to be. So I have changed a lot. And man, the thing is, it doesn't matter what kind of student you are, if you're an honor student or if you just barely passed. And I know people that didn't even pass, they got their GED. But guys, this is a great trade to be in, and you can do it if you want to. I got to get through these questions so I can get out of here, y'all. Cameron, man, watch them videos, bro. Watch them. Gareth, yeah, I'm on OT. I know. Justin, brand new Pro Press giveaway. You know what? That would be a good one too. And with some of the people that I'm talking to about things, that could be a possibility. Plumbing, no plumber worth his salt will install a sharp bite for a permanent fitting. Brother, we are on the same page. Because I tell you what, when I have people, and y'all go watch my video about copper versus shark bite, I have these dogs jump in there and they talk trash about me because I say shark bite is not a professional fitting. So I just want y'all to go in there and read it and see what y'all think. I'm telling you, if you can't use shark bites though, Roger's just being nice. Yeah, I know. I have to be. If you charge someone to put a shark bite in, you need to burn your plumbing license. Well, yeah, just don't even burn it. Just put it in an envelope and send it back where you got it. That way you don't end up with it again somehow. Big Daddy, I'm in the same boat. Guys, man, learn it. This is not a hard trade to learn. And you can say, oh, Roger, it's hard for me. No, look, I was not the best student. I didn't study. We didn't have all this when I got my license in the beginning. Y'all have got videos where you've got people talking to you, explaining things, where you've got people telling you why. I had old rude plumbers that are like, dude, get off my shoulder. Don't watch me. Don't breathe my air. And you know what? I learned it anyway. And I actually learned it pretty quick. But once it started clicking, man, it just started clicking. But then when I started getting up every morning and studying it and learning it, man, I just got better and I advanced further. And the more I advanced, the more I wanted to learn and the more I wanted to grow. Knowledge is the key to the world, y'all. And you can learn anything you want to learn right here. And that's the truth. Let me see. In California, we get a trade analog exam. You bet. Here in Texas, you got to take the RMP course. So yeah. Sorry, I'm moving back up. I'm trying to read and talk all at the same time. Justin Mitchell, does anyone replace the anodes in water heaters? Absolutely. And you know what? To be honest, you should recommend that to every customer you install and say, hey, we really need to come back in a year and change out the anode rod. It'll make your water heater last longer. It will, and you can flush it at the same time. It's a great thing. Elijah, thanks, Roger. I'll be sharing your videos on my Facebook, trying to get more and more people to watch you and connect with you. Thank you so much, man. Ask a question about something from your last video for the contest. That's a good thing too, Paul. That is pretty cool. I like that. Plumbing Explain, what's the benefit of going union? As an employee, it's great because, and I thought I was getting close to the bottom. It jumped on me again. Boy, it jumped far too. Man, y'all quit asking questions. I need to get out of here. Yeah, there we go. It's a benefit going union. I think as an employee, it's great because it gives you that pension plan. It pays for your insurance. It gives you an opportunity to education. When I got into the union, I'd been open shop for 17 years, and when I got in and found out about the apprentice training center and the fact that they were offering journeyman courses and journeyman upgrades, and I could go study to get my med gas license, or a lot of things I could do. Man, it was amazing, and I was like a sponge. I just started learning and learning and learning, and then I didn't want to quit. Uh, I went to the United Association University, started learning construction management, got to go to the instructor training program to learn to teach kids plumbing. And I say kids, and y'all don't take that wrong. I've had kids that I know that were 55 years old back when I was 45. So, man, it gave me some amazing opportunities. And I think it's great for employers or employees because I think it gives them some benefits that a lot of open shop companies can't give them. And I'll just kind of leave it at that. Uh, let me see. Question about 10. Starting a podcast with my cousin. We're all journeyman plumbers here in Southern California. Fantastic. Justin Mitchell had a video comparing union, non-union. Absolutely. The retirement fund. Paul Peck. No, I hadn't, but do want to start a podcast though. Fantastic. Nico, really like your podcast and videos. I love it. We see Plumbing Explained. Do y'all have Masters Plumbers in California? Big Daddy Linux would definitely listen to a podcast. I have my own podcast that I do, but it's my hobby, which is Linux. There you go. Nashville Dude, do you think an open shop would take a part-time worker? And man, they might. I would definitely check into that. It's well worth it. Plumbing Explained at BC. Yes, we do, but not the master's test. Okay. Jason Smith, is there anything new with the state board? Yeah, the governor has not filled the seats on the state board of plumbing examiners yet. They need to. Man. Elijah Gage, 50 toilets picking them up. You sound just like my father, thinking we are invincible sometimes. He does gutter work at 60. Man, I tell you what, Elijah, I was one of those plumbers. I could pick up God's 6 or 8 inch cast iron, throw it on my shoulder, and walk to the other end of the floor with it. I remember climbing ladders with 4 or 6 inch cast iron. But you know what? It's not smart, and I'm smart enough to know it now because my body hurts all the time. Nashville Dude, thank you so much. Love your channel. Have already learned so much. Great plumbing one. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Elijah, prayers for your knees and your back. And I pray for it every day, brother. Let me tell you. My dad knows the pain. He's done tile, gutter, roofing, very well run to tradesman. Man, that's fantastic. I wish that I knew more about roofing and certain things. Now, Elijah, you got me right there. If he does concrete, man, that is something. That's a tough job. That is a very tough job. Nico, I have to go to sleep now. It's, wow, 40 minutes after in the morning. Man, yeah. Good night, Nico. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Elijah, need that hat? Let's get apparel. Man, I'm on it. I am. Plumbing Explained. Roger, when you come out to San Diego, hit me up on LinkedIn or here on YouTube. It would be really great to meet you person. Maybe we can collaborate on a how-to video. Absolutely. Gabriel Sanchez, this is just a collage program I took. Really hard to get into the union here. College. I'm sorry about that. Hard to get in the union here unless you have an uncle or something. So I went to college to take a pre-apprenticeship. Gabriel, after your pre-apprenticeship, does that make it easier to get in or not? And I'm just asking because I literally have no idea out in California. Oliver Clive, hey, Roger, 17, want to become a plumber. But when I tell people that's my aspiration, they treat it like I'm saying a janitor. Yeah, don't worry, they'll get over that. Like it's a lowly job. How did you deal with stigma around plumbing? And it's funny because when I was younger, I used to tell people, I got tired of, you tell people you're a plumber and they're like, oh. I started telling people I was in construction. And after a while, I thought, you know what? They can kiss my jeans. I thought, you know what? I really don't care what other people think. And man, once I did that, man, my life changed. It puts you in a positive mood all the time because I don't care what other people think. I want to do good and I ask their opinion because I want to give people what they want. I want to make people happy. But I mean, there's a lot of y'all in here that would look at me and say, man, he's ugly, he's old, he got a funky mustache, yada, yada, yada. Okay, I don't care. Man, I'm talking about plumbing. I'm having fun talking about it and I'm getting to help people. I'll tell you this, don't worry about what other people think. Because when you don't, man, your life is going to be amazing. So, Oliver, remember that it's not a stigma, brother. When you're driving a nice vehicle or you have your own company and some of those people, same people are working for you, you're going to be great, I promise. Gabriel, have an idea of the trade and fitting and tools. Absolutely. That's what it's about. Dylan, we're an independent company based out of Wentzville, Missouri. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to help. Man, I love doing this. I try to do it every Monday at 4:00. I've gone way over today. We normally go till about 6:30 or 5:30 here. It's almost 6. So I really do need to cut it short here pretty quick. So let me see here. Plumbing explained. I'll reply. People act like that. Literally have no clue. You bet. Man, you're right. Yeah, you are right. Well, and you know, guys, I've got a video out there somewhere about Mr. Wonderful saying, look, plumbers can make more money than doctors. You know what, Oliver, man, let them laugh. And then one day when you're buying the company they work for, just you can fire them. May not be that good, but you can make great money, brother. Don't ever worry about what other people think. I like that. Thank you so much. Plumbing explained. I used to be embarrassed that my dad was a plumber. You know, man, isn't it funny how times change? Oliver, thinking about dropping out because I hate school. Ooh, boy, I messed up right there. Because I hate school and love plumbing, but I have to be 18 to drop out, and a high school diploma won't hurt. Oliver, I don't remember where you're at. You may have said, you may not. Here in Texas, you've got to be a graduate or have a GED in order to become a plumber. But man, get that high school diploma first. It'll help you, and at least you'll know. Look, you're not a quitter. Plumbing's gonna be here, brother. You're gonna do good. Yeah, I'm not saying to drop out either. Exactly. Yeah, it'll get us all in trouble. I have one son and another coming one. All right. That's cool. Where'd I go? It jumped on me again. Have one son, another one coming Thursday. Wow. I want mine if they want to follow my footsteps and become plumbers, but unlike me, I'll be sure they get a diploma. Man, good for you. I'm lucky. I quit high school. I was far enough ahead that when I went back, I graduated with my class. But man, I never should have walked out. I'm just young, dumb, and full of stupidity. I'll leave it at that. All right, I will. Thanks for the advice. Trades are definitely where it's at. Oliver, you're right, man. And there's such a need for trades in the future. You're going to have an amazing job and you're going to make great money. Trust me, you will be very happy one day. Southern California, everybody's rich, and all my customers tell me they wish their kids. Yes. I know people with college degrees working at KFC. And hey, I've got an apprentice that came to work for me. It's got a college degree from UT, but he loves the trades. And I'll tell you what, man, this kid's going to be phenomenal. And he is so much smarter than me. I can't wait to see what this does for his future. This is so cool, though. Cameron, sorry for the bothering. What book is it? IPC or UPC? And what year? Should most definitely make some cool T-shirts. Have a good night, Cameron. Thank you so much. I've got the 2018 Uniform Plumbing Code Study Guide. I did have the IPC study guide. I think I gave it to somebody or somebody walked off with it. Just find out if you're using the UPC or IPC, the Uniform Plumbing Code, or the International Plumbing Code. Get the latest version of that study guide and man, study it. And I've got a video teaching people how to study it. Do it. You'll love it. I promise you it'll help. Elijah, you are welcome, man. Well worth the talk. I love hanging out and talking with y'all. It is fantastic. Tool Fetch, love your content. Thank you. No, thank y'all. This has been great. So guys, it looks like, man, I hit the bottom. I love that. And I got 30 5 more seconds from right now to hit 2 hours. So man, it went good tonight, guys. Thank y'all so much. I really do. Man, I love doing this. I appreciate y'all being here. If you hadn't done it yet, please subscribe. If you hadn't given me a thumbs up and you like this video, give me a thumbs up down there. What that does, that lets YouTube know that some people came in here, saw it, liked it enough to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and talk to us about it. Paul Peck, thank you for being here. Will Rosebrock, thank you for stepping in. I know Jeremy Vest stepped in for a minute, made Jeremy a moderator, made Neil a moderator, and I guess I did it, and then he got right out. I don't even know if he saw it yet. But guys, the moderators I got are great. Paul Peck is an amazing person, not just a YouTuber. So if you hadn't done it yet, go over there, subscribe to his channel, watch his videos, see what he does. He's doing great things. Those of y'all doing a podcast that want to learn a little bit more, watch the way Paul does things. We all do things different, and it's great to learn from each other. So I'm going to get out of here, guys. Get this thing done. I hope y'all have enjoyed it. I hope you share it. I hope you tell people about it. Maybe next week we'll have even more people. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. I'll see you on the next video if you don't get flushed. I have to take my hand. See that no mouse is killing me. Boom.